Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel, Light of Divine Love. I'm your host, Kelly Miller, and I want to say that you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're awesome. I love you, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in today. Uh, Today, I'm going to go back to day number 2 of Impact, and put to light some names to some people, so you can get a sense of who and who is discussing their challenges and their issues that they have in their life, to give you just a game plan on everyone in the room. So the first young lady who spoke, who had been abused since she was 4, we're going to call her Anna. Anna is a young lady who was getting this is my experience of you from the gentleman. Her husband, we're going to call him Bill. He was the one that was challenging Dion and this gentleman. The second couple that we're going to talk about is Ted and Nancy. They are fiancés, and they are looking at getting married next year in 1996. The third couple, and one of the things I didn't mention is when we first got there, Dion asked us who invited us to the program, which for me was Deborah. Well, I have Deborah's mom and dad, and we're going to call him Ron and her Mary. We have my buddy Arnold, and then we have a young lady named Sarah and an older woman named Michelle. And these are the topics that we're going to talk about. These are the, because there were so many people and everybody shared, and it's been about 30 years. These are the ones that have always kind of lived with me in my life. So we're gonna share these ones with you today. And we're gonna start with, I had just gotten off the stage and was laying there crying and went back to my seat. And the next gentleman that walked up to share was Ted. So Ted is about 26, and he is getting ready to get married to this young lady, Nancy, next year. And part of Ted's challenges is he had an older brother that was just one of those real dominant older brothers. And the parents always judged him by his brother's accomplishments. So Ted is living in the shadows of his brother. And at a very young age, what does Ted start doing? Partying, drinking, using substances. So for many years, Ted had been dealing with these issues and finally was able to get clean. So Ted now is opening up about his adult entertainment lifestyle. Ted had been in sales and doing a lot of like marketing and stuff like that. So we met a lot of people and would do these trips and everything, have lunches. And at some point, he started going to these adult entertainment clubs and spending a lot of money, drinking a lot of alcohol, and doing substances. And the fiance had noticed a big change in Ted's behavior, arguing, fighting, very controlling, very manipulative about the resources that he's spending, who he's working with, where he's going, why he's out so late. So now Ted is telling his fiance about these experiences that he's been doing behind her back. And she is just in tears crying. And Ted's crying because he's realizing that he's jeopardizing not only her future, but his as well. And so she goes up there and she tells Ted, because of the microphone, that she forgives him, she loves him, and she really wants to try to make this work, and that they're here in this program to tackle these issues that she now sees is disrupting the way that the relationship had been. They had been together for quite some time, and now they're, again, getting ready to get married next year in 96. And so she doesn't want to see everything that she has invested into Ted just fall apart. They both have very successful opportunities in their life. Ted does a lot of sales, and she is a dental hygienist who had just graduated dental school about a year ago. So things are moving in their life. And so we all go up there and we hug Ted and we hug Nancy, and they get off the stage and they go sit in the back. And we're starting to really see how easily our lives can start changing with just some really bad choices. So Dion comes up and he asks, does anybody have anything that they wouldn't want to share? So Deborah's dad comes up, and Deborah's dad, as a young boy, his father was very abusive and was a bad alcoholic as well, and used to take a lot of their anger or his anger out on him and his brother. And this happened for quite some time. Even mom was part of the same abuse that they experienced. And as they got older, it came to the point to where dad can no longer hurt them. And that was a big relief for them. But they went from not having that, he went to drinking alcohol, a lot of bad substances in his life. And he became a very angry individual himself. And these things affected his relationship, which he is married to Mary. So he's up there and he's crying. He's telling us about his behavior and the things that he had been doing and his infidelity in his marriage. And Mary goes up there and hugs him and tells him, that she is sorry for the pain that he's experienced in his life and how he has been ruining their relationship. And she tells him that she forgives him and that she loves him very much, and she wants to see this relationship and this marriage work. They've been married for at least right now probably about 25 years, maybe close to 30, and to start all over again at the ages that they were would just be very difficult for this couple. So she's crying, he's crying, we all go up there, we all hug him, and we are starting to use the word, I mentioned the word in the last video, show up. The facilitators didn't tell us to go up there and hug them, and they didn't tell us not to go up there and hug them. They basically let us do what we were doing, because that really is the first step of showing up for each other as a unit. Just the other day, my experience of you is this, and now we really see the pain that everybody is dealing with in their life. And we're crying, we're processing this information and realizing that we can comfort each other and really unite as a unit to grow, because there's still other things that we are going to experience later on in this program. So at this point, it's probably around maybe 10 o'clock. They give us a lunch break or a dinner break, and me and Arnold go off and we're talking about everything that we've been hearing, what I've experienced, and we're starting to really feel a sense of togetherness. And my whole life had been, I really never felt connected with a lot of people, and here at this moment, I can see a change in myself, to where before I would have probably been extremely judgmental of a lot of these people and not really cared. And after seeing their pain and experiencing their pain, it made me realize that this program is going to be beneficial for everybody here. And so me and Arnold come back, and we're at the sanctuary, and Dion comes up, asks, does anybody have anything else they'd like to share? So my buddy Arnold goes up there, and he talks about his experience of abuse when he was a child. And again, abuse goes in a lot of different directions, in many different ways. So Arnold was a very chubby little kid growing up, and he would always get those fat kid jokes and be called, Shamu, well, here comes Bigfoot. And that always stuck with him as a child. And when he got older and would get into sports and go to school and stuff, and try to participate in things like that, he was always picked last. Nobody wanted the fat kid. And that really stuck with him for many, many years. And as he got older and started going to junior high, he had a growth spurt. and got a little bit taller, but still was a very chubby young man. And so when he would try out for sports, it'd be like, oh, the fat kid's here. He's not going to make the team, or nobody wants a fat kid on the basketball team because he can't run. And so he always had that low self-esteem about himself. And it was very heartbreaking. We're sitting there listening to him as a child on what he's been experiencing and how he's always felt left out and not included in things in his life. And so I go up there and I hug him. I tell him he's amazing, he's beautiful, and I'm glad that he's a part of my life. And all of us go up there and we hug him, and we're crying because we could feel, again, the pain that everybody is sharing and how it all affects us, the facilitators. And so me and Arnold go and we sit in the back and we take a few moments there to compose ourselves. And we go back to our seat, and it's roughly around probably now about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And Dion comes up to the stage and he says, everybody push your seat back, find a spot on the floor, and take your shoes and socks off and lay down. So we all do that, and he goes, close your eyes. And they're playing some very soft, like ocean wave sounding music in a sense. And he goes, I want you to take a moment and think about the person you were yesterday when you came into the program and how you felt in your life at that moment, and just reflect on those things that you experienced. And everyone's crying. My experience of you is, you're a user, you're a liar, a manipulator, you're a thief, you're untrustworthy. And, those things resonate in your mind. And about after maybe 15, 20 minutes, he goes, I want you now to think about what you just experienced today. And how did that affect you? And again, all the pain, all the hurt, all of all of the things that you heard are not going to ever go away. And they live with me forever. And I'm laying there crying, thinking about everything that I had done that day, Anna's story, Ron's story, Ted's story, Arnold's story, on how everybody here is dealing with challenges of hurt and pain in our life. And after about 20 minutes of that, Dion goes, I want you to reflect on how you feel right now. And it's very tough because you have all of this emotional pain that you're feeling in your heart and you're thinking about in your mind. And for me, I'm thinking about this whole new thing that I had just experienced. That jump off the chair, again, I didn't know anybody was behind me, and it didn't matter at that moment. And that feeling, when I thought about it, was so beautiful, so peaceful. I had never felt that in my life. And I'm laying there and I'm crying and crying. And I'm so grateful at this moment for this experience. And Dion comes up and he is saying to all of us, take what you have learned today and how you feel, and we're going to apply this tomorrow. We're going to start learning things on how to communicate and how to show up for myself and for other people in my life. And they're getting ready to send us home right now because Sunday is going to be a little more pain, but also a really amazing experience that we're going to see. And I'm not going to give any hints on this because we were all blown away on what we got to experience on Sunday. So as we're getting ready to leave, me and my buddy, we walk out, and I'm so proud of him. And we hug, and he tells me how proud of me, or proud of me that he is for what I had done. And we go back to the hotel, and we're just sitting there reflecting on this moment of how just 48 hours ago we didn't really care about nobody. And now we almost can't imagine living our life without this person being part of it. And that was a really good experience because, again, most of my friends were really users and takers, and they didn't really care about me. But I accepted that because their friendship to me at that moment was more valuable than myself. And I'm gonna close out the story right here. I'm gonna stop right now because I can't wait to tell you what happens on Sunday. So I just want to let you know that I really appreciate people watching and taking the time to, you know, see my video and feel the pain that I'm expressing, because you are capable of overcoming any challenges that are in your life, and it really starts with yourself taking that moment to look at what's happened in your life or what you might be doing to somebody else and ask yourself, should I be doing this? And that will lead to a better sense of trust for yourself, because we easily can make bad choices and things can get out of hand. And I think those are things that people really should kind of take a moment and say, I don't want to go down this path of abuse and anger towards anybody. So again, I thank you for watching. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to do some oracle readings of these oracle angel cards and see what kind of message we can get today for ourselves of empowerment and encouragement to, again, make better choices. Think about the decisions and the options that we have before we do something, and most importantly, how can we show up for ourselves and for other people? So with that said, I'm going to read this card right now. It says, keep going. It may feel as though you have been on a path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dream. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. That's a very beautiful message. You know, our life is a journey of unpredictability, and at any moment things can get either out of hand or could go really, really great for us just by being at the right place at the right time. And even for myself, you know, I look at my life and my experience of why things are taking so long for them to change for me. And again, it's really not about the destination as much as a journey. And the other thing I kind of really like with this card is this message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. In an earlier video, I talked about giving up before we have that breakthrough, that we're on a journey and we're doing things and we're off the track and then we're back on track and then we're back and we get frustrated. Even for myself, I am very goal oriented and I'm trying always to better myself in any way that I can. So if there's certain days where I just want to find a rock, lay there and say, call me when it's over, because I'm done. So this keep going is very important, and I hope that this inspires you and empowers you to keep going in your life and challenge the things that or tackle the things that are challenging you in your life to have a better life full of love, compassion, and forgiveness and understanding. So that's a very beautiful message. All right. So 2727, awareness. I am fully aware and present in every moment. I observe life with a clear and open mind, gain insight and understanding. My awareness guides me to make wise choices. Wow, that's really beautiful if that just doesn't coincide with what I just said. When I was unaware of things in my life because I was so intoxicated, I was easily used and manipulated by people because I wanted their acceptance. I wanted to be accepted by them and be part of their life. And so I made a lot of bad choices. I observed life with a clear and open mind. once I got sober, I was able to really make better choices on the people that I had associated with me in my life. And that was a big thing because I got rid of all of the people that used me. And now I have a very small group of friends that I know that they love me. So that's very beautiful. And the thing I do like is gaining insights and understanding. My awareness guides me to make wiser choices. I can't say it any better than that. And I hope that this resonates for you and shows up for you in your life, so when you are faced with a decision or maybe a challenging choice, you can take a step back and ask yourself, what path do I want to go down? So that's a very, very beautiful message for us today, because again, this program is about making better choices and learning from your mistakes. So this is my Angel Whisperer card, and it says 1010. And it says growth, angel whispers. Spiritual awareness is opening you to all that you are ready to see. Your destiny is being fulfilled. Keep your intentions pure with your eyes looking ahead, and you will continue to increase the growth that is here. And it has an affirmation. The more I invest in awareness, in my growth, the closer I continuously become to the outcomes I am seeking. Wow, that's really totally awesome, because we talked about choices in these two cards right here are really what it's about. When we're not thinking from the right space and we're coming from a space of selfishness, greed, those things are I don't want to say dangerous. And in order to really have a spiritual growth in your life and a movement, and when you feel stagnant and you're not moving, there's something that's holding you back. And that's really about, I'm going to say, your spiritual awareness is opening to you, and you're ready to see. It's seeing the mistakes that you're making and realizing that those mistakes that you are making are the things that are holding you back in your life. And I really, really think that the more I invest in my awareness, in my growth, the closer I continue to become closer to what I'm seeking. Let me rephrase that real quick here. I never invested in myself. I never took the time to say, I am worthy, I am good enough, I am smart enough. I've always let those little demons in the back of my mind affect how I feel about myself as I grew up in my life. And so this right here is very beautiful. It really says to evaluate your life in a clear space to make clear and better conscious decisions and choices that will have less repercussions of negative things and will open the door for a better opportunity of positive things coming into your life. So those are very beautiful messages. And I hope that you're able to take these and adapt them and apply them to your life, because you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are worthy, and you have all the power inside you to make better and clearer choices. So I thank you for watching. It's been my pleasure to be here tonight, and I look forward to telling you about Sunday, because Sunday there's a really good treat there for us. And I just want to say I love you, have a good night, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. God bless you.
People will come and people will go, but most of this world aren't worth it to know. This life might deal you one or two true friends, so fight for what's yours till this life comes to an end. Some will try tempting your heart's desire, lifting you up while they set you afire. So don't ever keep your true feelings in check, 'cause nothing's worth losing your self-respect.